This is the Yale Assure Smart Lock. It is a keyless deadbolt replacement that you can control with your phone. I'm going to go over the design and the features, and at the end, I'll let you know if you should buy it or not. And if you want a more detailed written review, head on over to techtechandmoretech.com or check the link in the description below. Let's quickly go over the product itself. Smart locks have been around for a few years now, and they probably get the most skepticism out of any smart home device, since it's the lock to your home, and this one specifically is completely keyless. My personal thoughts are that a burglar is much more likely to be able to pick a lock or just smash a window than they're ever going to be able to hack into like an electronic smart lock. Additionally, the company that makes this lock, Yale, has been around for over 150 years, and they have an excellent reputation in the lock industry. This isn't just some random startup that may or may not exist in 5 years. So let's go over the design. It's a black slate with a metal finish that comes with 3 different colors. When idle, it doesn't show anything. It's only when you touch it do the numbers on the keypad show up. The keypad surface is also finished with an oleophobic coating, so it doesn't leave any fingerprints. As I mentioned, this is completely keyless, so there's no key backup anywhere. But what they did do is underneath it, they put a 9-volt battery adapter. So if the batteries in the lock itself die for whatever reason, you can just plug in a 9-volt battery and type in your keypad to get into your home. The inside part of the lock is somewhat large because it has to house a lot of electronics. It's not ugly or unsightly, just large. When you remove this top cover, it gives you access to the 4 AA batteries that power the lock itself, and also the network module so you can connect to your smart home. Here you can also access the different screws in case you have to remove it or replace the lock itself. This lock specifically is the HomeKit version that is compatible with Apple devices. So it'll connect directly to a home hub that you have, such as an Apple TV or a HomePod or an iPad or something like that. There are also Z-Wave and Zigbee versions for people that don't have a Apple-based household but still want to connect to like Google Assistant or Alexa. There's also the August version that comes with an August Wi-Fi module hub, and that also allows you to connect to their app, their services, and all of the different voice AIs. The installation is very straightforward. It comes with both a printed instruction manual, and it also comes with a link to download an app on your phone that gives you like a sort of 3D interactive guide so you can really see what you're doing. It also comes out with cutouts in case you have a brand new door that hasn't been set up for deadbolts and you want to make the holes yourself. It takes about 15-20 minutes altogether if you don't know what you're doing. If you have done this before, then it'll probably take you like 5 to 10 minutes. But overall, it was straightforward to do. Once the smart lock has been installed, it'll do a quick calibration to make sure it can completely lock and unlock with no obstructions, and then it'll prompt you to create your master code. This code is what will let you then create new pins, delete existing ones, and basically use the menus within the lock. Once the lock is all set up and working, you could actually stop there if you wanted to. If you don't want to connect it to any sort of smart home service, you could just leave it as it is, and now it's just a keyless digital lock, which is still a step forward from a regular, keyed deadbolt. If you are interested in connecting to your smart home, which you probably are, it's pretty straightforward. The HomeKit version comes with a little HomeKit code, as all devices do, that you just scan with your home app and it adds it to your home. For people that are getting the Z-Wave or Zigbee version that are compatible with Google Assistant or Alexa, the setup is pretty much the same. You also have the option of downloading the Yale Assure app, and that basically gives you even more functionality. In iOS, from the default Home app, you can't do a whole lot more than just lock it or unlock it or add it to your automations, but in the Yale Secure app, what you can do is a whole lot more. First off, you can set up to 25 unique PIN codes for the lock that are between 4 and 8 digits in length, so you can go from real simple to pretty long and complicated. And these can be added and deleted at any time. Being able to set up multiple codes is really convenient. For example, if you have friends or family coming over, you can give them their own codes that you can then just delete afterwards. It's also really useful to give individuals that come by your house on a regular basis their own code, for example, house cleaners or dog walkers. The more expensive version of this lock, which is the Connected by August, just comes with the August Wi-Fi hub, and that allows full integration with August's software services, including usability with Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri. It also gives you the options of temporary access codes, so just like you would give your friend or family member a code that would last just a little while, you don't have to go in and delete it, it'll automatically expire after a set amount of time. You can also create schedules for people, so if, let's say, your dog walker comes by every day at 10, you can give them an access code that only works between 9:30 and 10:30. It would be nice if some of these features were also integrated into the standard Yale app, but then they wouldn't be able to sell you the more expensive one with August. But then again, if you're not interested in these features, you get to save some money by not having them. Going from a traditional key lock to a keyless touchpad was a smooth transition that I cannot recommend enough. I personally hate keys and keychains, and the less I have to use of them, the better. Unlocking the door is as easy as you'd expect it to be. You walk up to it, you tap it, you type in your code, you hit a little check mark, and it unlocks the door. Alternatively, due to the connected smart home aspect of the lock, you can also unlock it with your phone in a variety of different ways. The most basic one is as you're approaching your home, you take out your phone, you click on the unlock tap, and it just unlocks before you even get there. If you live in a multi-family building, such as I do, it's kind of nice to be able to just sort of unlock the door as you're walking up the stairs, and then by the time you get to your door, you just walk right in. If you're feeling very adventurous, you can even have location-based locking and unlocking. If you do have your door locking as part of an automation, for whatever reason, it'll always ask you to confirm running this automation. I don't know why, but that's the case. Locking the door can also be done in a couple of different ways. Obviously, the location-based geofences that I just mentioned. Additionally, you've got a one-tap system where you tap it with the back of your hand, or auto lock after a set duration that you choose within the app. By default, notifications are on, so every time your door locks or unlocks, it'll pop up on your phone or your watch or whatever to let you know that it's been locked or unlocked. So with all that being said, that brings us to the golden question. Should you buy this? At $220, this is not a cheap smart home device, but it is a very high quality one. The finish is excellent and the usability is simple and straightforward. And as something as important as the lock to your home, I wouldn't really go cheap anyways. The only real downside to the Yale Assure Smart Lock is that it's not as high featured as the more expensive $300 August Connect Yale Smart Lock. So if you're looking to upgrade to a smart lock, this is an excellent choice. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will get to them as best I can. If you liked the video, hit that like and subscribe button for plenty more videos to come. Until next time, see ya.